It's being able to say this and to be able to do it. So there's a concept called unconditional confidence.
Yep.
And that's when you're like, well, okay, I've got confidence in my processes because I've trained them. And absolutely, that's a non-negotiable. But then I've got unconditional confidence in who I am because now I don't value myself or my worth as a person on how I perform today, because at the end of the day, it's sport. And we're all going to go and have a beer together after the game, or a milkshake or whatever it is you do. I'm going to be like, I have values, and the way I live is how I value myself. So was I kind? Was whatever, everyone has their different things. Did I treat people well? These are the things that I value myself on. And if I'm doing that, then whether or not I get a duck or 100, yes, it hurts. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But I have confidence that I'm still a worthy human.
Yeah. You don't kind of connect your identity with being a cricketer.
Yeah. Simple way of saying it. It's the identity shift. And that's where unconditional confidence comes from. And that's what I had to learn in these last 2 years. I didn't have that. So I had confidence in my processes because I worked hard, but because I didn't have that underlying thing, I could never let go. I could never actually let go and explore. I always needed to control something in some capacity.
Yeah. Letting go. That's hard.
Yeah.
I also like to go back to the where we said, and then what? That's the biggest one, I think, with like, say, just talk about, I watch a lot of fighting, the UFC.
Yeah.
The guys who do become champion might only last like one or two championship fights or, title defenses, sorry. And then they kind of fall off because they've reached the pinnacle of what it is. And then, then I'm here, then what? You know, the ones like the greatest of all times and all that sort of stuff are the ones who stay at the top and can continue to find something to keep them going. They're the ones that's everywhere as well, like Richmond Footy Club. They're the ones who've come off. And even probably you look back at the Australian cricketing teams probably in the early, mid-2000s with Aaron, is it Buchanan? Or his first name? John Buchanan, the coach there, continued to keep going. They were such a successful team. I can't remember the streak of testaments.
I can't remember. But you bang on. And like Richmond is someone who's really embracing this stuff. So they're leading the way. I think it was in 2016, maybe. I might probably get the years wrong. Trent Cotchin was voted the worst captain in the AFL officially. The
worst?
Yeah.
There's a competition? I didn't even hear about that.
No, I didn't even know this was a thing. But
that's
it was
a thing?
Like they were, basically they ordered, I don't know the actual thing, but you don't vote them the worst, but he was ranked the lowest. So you'd vote for the best, basically.
Oh, okay.
So you vote for the best, and then he was ranked the lowest. So you're not like you are the worst.
I was going to say, that is horrible.
No, so I think they do like a ranking of, or you vote for your captain of the year kind of thing, and he was at the bottom. So the year after, though, I'm definitely getting these years wrong, but the year after, Richmond, so Ben Crowe, Shane McCurry, there's I've got their mindfulness coach, Emma Murray as well, came in and worked specifically with the leadership group. So Trent Cotchin, Damien Hardwick, on vulnerability, on connection, about owning your own story, about lack of control, surrendering. And it was all about connection. There's actually, someone's written a book about it, about Richmond specifically, and how they fully embraced connection along with their president, is it Penny? Can't remember. The year after, anyway, Trent Cotchin was voted the number one captain in the AFL, and he speaks quite openly about this, and same with Hardwick. They completely shifted. So he thought he needed to be perfect. So he thought of that.
That's crazy.
I need to be perfect. We need to be perfect. We're going to drill everyone. I'm not going to open up because I need to be this strong, ambitious leader. Like, that's what a captain is. And Hardwick was the same. Coach, we need to be the big, like, beacon of what it should be to be a perfect AFL player or captain or coach. And then that off season, they completely flipped that on its head, and it became about celebrating imperfection and being vulnerable and telling your stories. And they made the whole hero hardship highlight thing famous. And actually just being human, like, just take 100%. The pressure off. It just takes the pressure off. And then, like, there's his most successful team the last 5 years.
And it's interesting what Johnny was talking about, the touch and that sort of stuff. He was saying that came from Richmond when Dan Butler ended up moving over to St Kilda, and then he kind of added something similar, but he kind of clarified it amongst the group. So it's amazing now how they started it, and other teams are picking up on other things, and that's probably one of the most important things as well. It's why I wanted to start a podcast up, because I work amongst footy, and I work in the waffle, and I work with over in hockey at Waste as well. And it's just seeing people the way they are, like, and then they're actually just those people, and then people don't realize that, you know, what they see on the TV or what they see, they don't see the personality side behind it, how funny some of these guys are and the stories behind it. And it just sometimes just go, no, you don't understand, like, some of the time they don't have the respect.
Absolutely. And like, if you think about where this whole idea of perfectionism is created from, media, social media, advertising, saying these are the people we put on a pedestal and they are perfect. But what you just said, they're just humans. Like, are they perfect? No. Do they have imperfections? Absolutely. But all we see as an external people is that, it's for me to be recognised and to me to be worthy and whatnot, I need to be like them. But that's not the whole story. That's not real. That's just media. Like, they select things and like
it's almost fake. Yeah,
it is fake. It's completely fake. so how is it real? Like, why would you then? And social media, I'm a huge fan of it. Like, I think social, like, learning from people that I admire through social's been incredible. But at the same time, it provides a really easy way to compare yourself to what's perfect.
Yeah, that's the wrong way to look at it.
So you just need to be a bit careful with that sort of stuff.
Yeah. That was probably the biggest thing when I was young, or when I was first getting into coaching, and I was like, wow, I'm standing amongst people who played AFL, and now I'm just a kid who kind of grew up and was never good at anything really. Yeah. And I was like, well, wow, like, you know, this, you know, it was a weird kind of, because it is fake. It's weird now looking back on it, being like, that was just, it's not even real like that.
No.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,